Okay, geometry. So now this is a little bit different here. Okay, and why is it different? We gotta look at it and think about this. Is what is the volume of the triangular prism at right? And this is where length times width times height wouldn't work. Okay, because what happens is there's something weird about the way this area changes. So you have a triangular prism. You no longer have a rectangular prism. So a triangular prism. So that makes things very, very, very difficult. Now there is a way you can do this, but I'm not going to get into it using length times width times height. You can divide it by 2, but I didn't say that. Okay, so what you can do, now let's think about this. Now, this is a really weird way to think of it, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to put my triangles on the bottom. I'm going to make mine look kind of like this. That I have a triangle on the bottom, and then I have another triangle on the top, same exact triangles, and they're connected like this, almost like a piece of pie mine would look like. Like you cut out a nice piece of pie from your, pumpkin pie or apple pie or whatever type of pie you like. So that's how I would imagine it. Now, that's the best way to do it using this formula. Volume equals base area times height. Now the trick here is that this triangle becomes my base. Because that's the triangular prism. So the base of a triangular prism is a triangle. So that kind of changes things for me. So as opposed to the last one where I had a rectangular prism and the big B was base times height. Height here it's 1/2 base times height because it's a triangle. Well, my triangle is pretty easy here. It's got a base of 6. It's got a height of 10. And you multiply it by 1/2. Now, in interest of keeping things short, 6 times 10 is 60. 1/2 times 60 is 30. Put in the calculator if you don't believe me. Meters squared. So now I can come back in here and say, let's plug in that big B. Now that big B is 30 meters squared times my height. Now here's where things change. Now the height is the number here, right? Or in this case, it would be here. If you looked at this would become my height. Or here, in this case, if you see what I'm doing here. My bases are my triangles, because it's a triangular prism. And my height is this distance here. They're little rectangles. But that distance, according to me, or this thing, is 5. Again, in the interest, keep things quick. 30 times 5 is 150. Now, I think I might have made a mistake on the last one. I'm not sure. If I did, I apologize. But I cannot call this meters squared because we're meters times meters times meters is what we're doing. We call it now meters cubed. I did make a mistake on the last one. So pay very careful attention. The new units for volume is cubed. I apologize. That's why I messed up the other lesson. I couldn't think of it. At the end, if you remember at the other lesson, okay, quick backtrack. Our final answer was, remember, I think it was 60 feet squared. I think that's what my final answer was. Now I'm so curious. I got to go check real quick. Yes, it was 60 feet squared. Okay, so, and I said I wanted to find it, because it's not feet squared. The numbers look huge to me. I couldn't figure that out. It was feet cubed. Okay, so now if I go back here, and I'm kind of weird that I, 'cubic feet, into gallons converter. So if I had 60 cubic feet, and I can, that makes more sense. And I converted it into U.S. gallons, 448, 449 about gallons. That makes a bit more sense than my silly number of 4,000. I knew something seemed wrong. So, quick rehash. Volume is not in feet squared or meters squared, it's in cubes. So if you're talking about area, you can use feet squared or meters squared or inches squared, anything squared. But when you're talking about volume, it's in whatever that unit is, meters in our case here, cubed, or feet cubed, or inches cubed, or centimeters cubed. You get the idea. Okay, sorry for the mistake of the group practice, but I'm glad you stuck around and we've solved our problems. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Good job.